Congress is under pressure with a looming government shutdown. Our next two guests, we'll see, have firsthand experience with what is at stake on Capitol Hill. Let's welcome in Kay Bailey Hutchinson, former U.S. ambassador to NATO, former senator of Texas, and we are hoping to get former Senator Heidi Heitkamp as well, assuming that we can make the technology work. So right now, Senator Hutchinson, the stage is all yours. Do you think that this Congress will be able to get some kind of a spending deal done when they return in January?
Brian, I do think so. There are a lot of concerns. There are a lot of disagreements, that's for sure. But I do think they will. They understand the importance of trying to have a continuity, certainly till the end of the fiscal year. And I think the disagreements are real, and hopefully there is compromise in the wind.
Yeah, I think the amazing thing, and leave us with a little bit of optimism, Senator, is that, there's a few people in each party and in each chamber who get all the attention, right? I'm not going to name them, the left and the right. They tend to get almost all the sound bites. But there's 535 women and men in Congress. About 525 of them just sit and do their jobs quietly. They're the ones that are able to generally get these kinds of deals done. So even in this hot-tempered, soundbite-driven environment, you think that cooler heads will prevail?
Yes, I think so. And I think you saw that beginning to happen at the end. Especially, I thought the negotiating group on the U.S. security at our border, they were really in intense negotiation, both trying very hard to come to terms, because we do need to fund Ukraine as well as our own border security. And then, of course, Israel with what it's going through, and Iran popping up. I saw Admiral Stavridis a few minutes ago on your show talking about all the hot spots. And we need to get a budget. We need to have a firm all the way through the fiscal year, funding our defense and funding our technology innovation, which is a concern to many in the tech community. So there are a lot of issues that all come together to fund our government, have stability, secure our border, help Ukraine and the whole Middle East quagmire. And I think our members of Congress are up to it. And I think it's time for everyone to come together and say, we can't get everything we want, but we do need a new direction here.
The border issue, obviously, the crisis is a humanitarian issue. There's smugglers, there's human trafficking. By the way, the smugglers in Mexico, a lot of these people are paying, by the way. They're not just showing up, they're paying smugglers to bring them from West Africa or Venezuela. They're probably making billions of dollars. So drug gangs and human smugglers are getting rich off human misery. The city of New York, we are less than a mile from where we're sitting. The mayor of New York has said, we have a major crisis. We can't feed, running out of housing. It's getting cold. Why isn't this more of a bipartisan issue? I'm truly vexed, Senator. I don't mean this in a weird TV way. I'm truly vexed to understand why this is not more of a bipartisan issue when we're talking about women and children and single men being smuggled across the border in numbers that would make it larger than 26 U.S. states in just 2.5 to 3 years.
It should be a bipartisan issue. You're absolutely right. It is a bipartisan issue that America has sovereign borders, that we know who is coming in. We are a country of immigrants, but we need to know who's coming in, and we need to be able to absorb all of the needs of people coming in. And we need to have, especially, we've always talked about the H-1B visas. We need the working class and the educated class to come in and work with us. That's why we've done so well in technology innovation and in keeping our economy strong, even in the headwinds that we have seen with COVID and now the uprising of war in Europe as well as in the Middle East. We've had an economy that has really been strong and survived, but we need to make sure that we are doing everything to keep our border secure, as well as help the allies who are fighting for their own border security and the security of Europe.